everybody. Welcome to Build Brunch, the daily morning show where we talk about the latest topics in pop culture. I'm Brittany Jones-Cooper.
I'm Shannon Coffey.
I'm Darren Karp.
And I'm Lucas Tim. Hi, everyone.
Today we're going to talk about whether you can blame your bad days on the moon, Dwyane Wade's viral photo from his final NBA game, and a lamp you can use to keep in touch with your long-distance BFF. Plus, the stars and author of After join the table to discuss the highly anticipated film. But first,
did you guys know that Kim Kardashian is pursuing a career in law?
Yes. Wow.
I'm gonna let you guys take that first.
All right, listen, you guys are making fun of her, and I get it. She's easy to make fun of, right? But if she literally single-handedly, like, along with #Cut50, helped to bring justice to a woman who had been in prison since the mid-90s for nonviolent crime.
Alice Marie Johnson.
Who cares who it's coming from, right? Like, I'm impressed. If she can get criminal justice reform and help it out, why not?
Yeah, but my problem is, in this interview, she revealed that the White House asked her to come in to advise them on clemency changes. That is a problem when the White House is bringing Kim Kardashian to advise them on criminal justice reform. Now, as I said yesterday, I am a feminist, so I support any woman going after a career in law and academia, so congrats to Kim.
How progressive of you.
I know, how progressive.
Going after career.
Going after career, congrats.
Yeah, women go after career.
Women get jobs. I don't know, I have a problem. Like Kris Jenner, I'm very surprised.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know, I love that article. Kris Jenner was like, didn't see it coming. I was like, no one saw it coming.
She can't make money off this. Kris is like, I don't know how to make money off Kim's law degree. What am I gonna do?
What we know is that she's the one who's probably prepared Kim for this world because she's been negotiating with Kris and convincing her to do things probably for years. I don't love the Kardashians. I've made that abundantly clear on this show. But I'm with you, Darren. I think this is the Kim that I want to see.
Yes.
I want to see a woman who has created this platform and is using it for something that can be good and progressive and actually help people instead of like encouraging girls to get butt injections. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, this feels a more productive use of her fame.
I am a little bit scared of seeing like if she actually took on a case in the future because we've discussed a lot how the media can really hurt any trial. It can really like, you know, put things in the wrong direction. So I would be scared like if I was up for like a murder charge, you know, like if she was my lawyer, I'd be like, well, I'm screwed. It's just gonna be like memes of her being like, doom, 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 electric chair. And I'd be like, no!
She can provide like free makeup to the jury and then you're getting off.
Yeah,
so think about it like that. You gotta...
But according to her, she can do criminal law in her sleep. Girl.
Tort is
not torts or contracts. That was the one part that was discouraging. She was like, I really like it, but the reading's hard. I'm like,
she's like, it's
all
time consuming.
do is read.
Also,
that's what reading is.
Also, funny thing about this Vogue article, she's like, yeah, when my dad was doing the OJ case, when he wasn't around, I would sneak into his office and look at the evidence. I was like, what? Kim, as like an 11-year-old looking at the OJ evidence, like, that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not, what?
She actually wrote the line, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Little known fact about Kim Kardashian.
That's right. Well,
makes no sense.
Listen, if she's doing good things, support, right? This could be a good thing for all of us.
I will hold my judgment until we see where this goes.
Exactly. Let's see how she does as a lawyer.
I guess future Attorney General Kim Kardashian,
Ooh,
we shall see. Well, Camila Cabello is leaving Havana Anana. The singer is headed to the big screen in a retelling of Cinderella. The flick will be produced by late-night host James Corden and helmed by Blockers director Kay Cannon. Kay Cannon also was a Bill Brunch guest a few months ago. We love Kay Cannon.
That is the thing that makes me most excited about this project is that Kay Cannon, for me, is just a comedic genius writer. So I feel like it will bring a new kind of life into this story that we know so well. So I'm excited for that part.
Is it gonna be funny? Do we think it's
She's
gonna be like...
funny, yeah.
So, yeah, because it's also from it's kind of like an original idea that James Corden came up with. So then it was like his story, and I really trust Kay Cannon to make it funny. And then Camila's gonna make some original music, so I'm interested to see how that's gonna be. It's definitely gonna be more musical, like the Brandy version.
Right. Well, speaking of which, so Lily James, the Rat remake came out a few years ago, and that was when Disney was doing their live-action remakes of their animated movies. So it has to be different from that one, which I actually really enjoyed. Kate Blanchett was fantastic as a stepmother. But mentioning the Brandy version is my all-time favorite, and I think we actually have a clip of Whitney and Brandy rehearsing from one of their iconic songs, the musical, that I really would love to throw to.
Let's do it. Do it.
Impossible. This is the note. Why are you down there? Possible. Please do that.
Why are you
Why are you down there?
Why are you down there?
Why are you down
down there.
She really was though. She was like, impossible. We're like, you're Cinderella. You're never gonna get into the ball with that
Oh my
voice.
God, Whitney's energy in that clip is so manic and so fantastic. And I watched it
also going against Whitney. Like, come on. Like, that's like the greatest singer of all time, right? Like, she's trying her best.
Down there.
And she's got this like Elizabeth Holmes, like Theranos going on. And it's like hard to keep, but gotta give her props.
Yeah, Brandy, you know, has that deep voice. She had a hard time hitting those notes, but she, I think, was probably one of my favorite Cinderellas ever. Maybe Drew Barrymore. It's hard to know.
Oh, that's a good.
How many Cinderellas have there been?
A
I've
lot.
only seen the
72?
original animated one.
Wow, really?
Really?
Yes.
Because there was.
Purist.
So there was.
I know, a purist, absolutely.
Well, that's good.
Because
there
Ever
was.
After was Cinderella, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So
and then
Drew Barrymore, Lily James,
Hillary Duff.
Hillary
Duff.
Duff.
Yeah,
I love Hillary Duff. She's so cool.
Selena Gomez.
There we go. Selena Gomez, Brandy.
So like 45 Cinderellas.
Yeah, but the Brandy Whitney Houston one, I was 4 years old when that movie came out, and that movie, I did not know who Whitney Houston was, but she became my fairy godmother after that movie. I mean, when she sings There Is Music in You, guys, I listen to that song all the time, and that is her just saying, There is music.
Nope. Why are you down there?
You.
Why are you down there? Why are you down there?
Why?
Me, up, higher.
And I can't get it. But that was like that multiracial cast. You had the white king, Victor Garber, Whoopi Goldberg's the queen, and their Asian prince. I mean, that is just beautiful fantasy right there.
That's America right there.
I loved it.
It was fantastic. And I think Brandy was my favorite because there were like no black princesses at that time. And I was like, I see you, Brandy. I also have braids. Let's do this.
She was kind of the first, though. I mean, I remember
was.
that being such a huge thing and everyone thinking what a monumental decision that was. And I mean, that was the only Cinderella I could actually name.
Oh, see?
So she's royalty to me.
So do you think Camila Cabello maybe has this
Definitely.
new movie is more of in that Brandy kind of remake of
Yeah,
like,
I like that they're already looking at diversity as an important factor. I hope that the rest of the casting is colorblind. I hope we get like Chelsea Handler and Amy Schumer though as like the Wicked sisters because I think that'd be really because they're so like.
But they're like 40.
Yeah, but I love that.
Or like Bridget Everett or something like out there. You know what I mean? Like so crass would be really.
And I want
cool.
a beautiful prince like Henry Golding from Crazy Rich Asians. He just is a prince in my eyes, always.
Yeah.
I heard some claps, thank you.
We got
I think that would be amazing. But who would be, and James Corden is the godmother, right? Or godfather.
Is that confirmed?
If he's the godmother,
that's
the
what I was thinking.
best.
In my head, I thought that as a joke, but I feel like you're right. I feel like that would happen.
I feel like
would be.
I feel like if I made that up, that should happen.
Yeah.
Right.
I think he's watching right now, so it definitely will happen.
Definitely.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Camila? Do you think she has the acting chops it takes? We've never seen her act in anything other than a music video.
But if she's playing Cinderella, I feel like it's more about how she's going to represent Cinderella than acting. I mean, I don't know if, I guess because I've never seen it, maybe I'm the novice on the stage. But I don't think anyone was looking at Brandy like, oh, she's a good actress or not. I think they were like, wow, she is.
She is
really
a good
She
actress,
was in
though.
Moesha.
But obviously she's amazing.
So
She's great.
Obviously she's
Perfect
amazing.
comedic timing.
That's exactly what I meant.
Yeah. We were like, excuse us?
Yeah, and I was like, no, she's perfect.
Going after Brandy?
She's just like she's just down here. No, I think she's gonna be good. I think if she's got a killer voice, she's writing some of the music, like she's gonna be awesome. She's so sweet.
I think she'll do the work. I think we've seen that Camila is like really dedicated to her craft. So even if she's not the best actor, I feel like she's gonna hire the right people to uplift her.
Correct.
Well, yeah, she has a really great team is what we've seen. And I just personally have a little, like, I just feel like it was a personal breakup when she left Fifth Harmony, so I'm rooting for her, but I'm also like, well, let's see what happens.
Good
Still
luck,
upset about
I
it.
guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, guys, changes in mood and behavior have been linked to the moon since the beginning of time. But can the moon really affect your mood and behavior? According to some research and experts, it's possible. Studies find that the phases of the moon may affect your mood and actions, making you potentially more violent, more motivated, or wanting to love others to the moon and back.
Isn't that like just life?
Yeah.
I feel like my period affects my moods way more than a moon would, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Maybe
Your moon, your period is actually tied to the moon also.
Yes.
like with tides and
Yeah,
like okay, so
100%.
maybe then yes, that's
Yeah.
the way that I could read it. But otherwise, I never. If I'm in a bad mood, I never look at the moon. I'm like, it's full. That's
But
where
now
I'm at.
you will.
But now I'm really gonna read into this. I really am. I feel like a lot of it is correlational, not causational.
Ooh. What
words, big words.
Thanks,
okay,
guys.
that's
I'll let you guys take that one from here.
She's going for Kim K's job. Watch out,
Darren
Kim K.
Esquire over here, exactly.
We love to talk about astrology here at Build, so I know we've had conversations about astrology and moons. I totally buy all of this.
Do you?
Yeah, 100%. How are you going to believe that we live on this floating planet that's surrounded by other planets and orbiting around the sun, and we are in this whole ass solar system in a big ass universe, and it doesn't affect us?
Right.
Like, what kind of egomaniacs are we? Seriously, to be like, well, no, I control my own emotions. No way. Like, we are such a small part of a bigger machine.
Preach. I agree. I went to Machu Picchu a couple years ago, and I swear to God, after you go to a place that is that sacred, that holy, every rock, every hole in the rock, every stream is tied to the constellations. They literally created that entire thing based on the moon and cycles. And so when you see it like that, you see how ancient that is. It like feels like it is ingrained in us on some level that like maybe we don't quite understand.
Oh yeah, we don't even get it. We don't get it at all. Like even people who are into it don't fully get it. So it's really annoying when people are like, what? The planets, they don't affect me. Fuck the moon. And I'm like, bitch, without the moon, you'd be nothing.
Yeah. Well, I do like how they're saying you any sort of emotional thing from like being happy to being like to sexy to being tired to being, is based off the moon. And you know what? I'm leaning towards buying it because I love it. Like I'm like, oh, I'm horny today. It's the moon. Like blame the moon.
Fired from my job today.
The moon.
I love that I can blame all of my failed relationships on the moon.
Yes.
That makes me feel like a superhero. I'm like, it's not me, it's the moon.
Is this in the same family as like Mercury and retrograde stuff?
Which is also real.
Yeah. Okay, is that real?
That's real.
Of
Okay,
course
all right.
That's so
Mercury
real.
retrograde is totally real.
Of course, right?
We had an expert astrologer on the show who gave us readings, and I believe in all of it because it's supposed to be my emerald year. So I'm agreeing.
So you really want to believe it?
Oh, I want to believe it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I have to say that, you know, I think it can influence things. I live in Harlem. 125th Street in Harlem is just like notoriously chaotic. There's people selling things. There's a lot of energy. It's super vibrant. And I remember one day it was like so chaotic. Like 3 fights broke out. This like crazy drunk guy was singing, and this tall guy was like, yo, it's a full moon. And I was like, you're right. And it really was. And I was like, you could feel the chaotic energy. And it was
really?
Well,
pay more attention to
crime
my
goes up
sign.
during the full moon, 100%. Like there's more murder, which I know you love.
Love murder.
You should be super into the moon because the moon makes us murder.
Wow, if everyone could use that as a defense, then Kim Kardashian's 100%
Oh, yeah.
lawyer. Because she's just gonna be like, it's the moon, guys.
Well, that's why she said criminal justice is easy, because she's just tying it to the lunar cycle.
It's all astrology. Exactly.
There also was a study that had people sleep, you know, in a lab where they didn't know what time it was, and they were completely restless and couldn't sleep during the full moon. So there you go. You know what? Case closed.
Done. That's science.
Cool. Nailed it.
Science. We solved it. And now, next story. NBA player Dwyane Wade may have bid farewell to the Miami Heat this week, but that's not all. Wade crashed into Chrissy Teigen and John Legend in a viral photo that Teigen deemed a Renaissance painting.
It's so perfect.
It really is.
Beautiful.
Oh, man.
What a perfect caption, though, right? Because it is a Renaissance.
We should put it in the Louvre.
No, it does look like something that Michelangelo would have painted in the Sistine Chapel. Like it is very just beautiful. The characters, the complexity, the emotions. Like we are looking hell and heaven coming together in this moment.
It really is, and also it's a commentary on where we are socially. The man with his camera in the back, capturing it. It's almost like a picture in a picture.
Yeah, and like the heavenly angel of Dwyane Wade in the middle, just like following through on his shot.
Can we look at how perfect that is? He's like, I am bigger than basketball. Okay.
And I give John Legend credit for not dropping his drink. I think that is impressive.
Right.
As a fellow drinker, that I drop my drink quite a bit when no one bumps into me. So.
And he was like dabbling off. He's like, still got my drink in my hand.
But don't you also love that John Legend is like the nerdiest man ever?
Yes.
And that, I don't know, he just looks like extra nerdy in this photo to me. Like, oh, like he doesn't look cool.
I love it. When I saw his face in this photo, it reminded me of that meme where it's like when she's about to sit on your face and you see toilet paper on her butthole. I don't know why. Did anybody else get that?
Literally no one thought of that.
No?
And you're the only person.
That's why I love her brain though.
Yeah, no one thought of that.
I saw it, and I'm sure my parents are gonna agree with me. Thanks for watching, Mom and Dad.
But Dwyane Wade is having such a moment. We know that this was his last basketball game. He's retiring.
Yep.
And he's been such an amazing man. Budweiser just released this video. I don't know if you guys got to see it. If you haven't, you should check it out. They basically have 5 people come up whose lives he's touched in different ways, including his mother who was in prison, and he like stood by her, got her a church when she got out. And he's just continued to help people, and it's been cool to see him evolve because he really came from nothing, and he is bigger than basketball. Literally, that's the kind of ad campaign.
I mean, he's definitely living an American dream, and nothing's more American than having Budweiser sponsor the video. That is.
Or marrying the perfect Gabrielle. Like, let's talk about that. Like,
Love her.
scored like an ace.
Those Nebraska
of
girls, you gotta keep them.
She's a babe. She's a babe.
love
And their relationship is like so perfect. And, you know, they went to the gay pride parade. They just have like a really good way about
With
them.
his son.
Yeah, with son. And I don't know, it's just like, it's so nice to see that. I think like a lot of athletes, I think, get a bad rap, especially in the homosexual community.
Yeah.
And that was like such a great representation of really how far we've come. And both of them are just such a strong couple.
Yeah, seeing them rally around their son who is gay, and then his older brother too, just being like, man, I got your back no matter what. I think it just like pushes that toxic masculinity. It's like, take a back seat. Like, family is first. This is what's important. And that was really cool to see.
Bigger than basketball, as you said. Bigger than basketball.
I also love that he's been really outspoken. You know, you talk about them being perfect. They have talked a lot about the therapy they go through, and him retiring specifically. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna need therapy. I'm gonna need to help processing this huge kind of loss in my life and like what I'm gonna do next. And again, in the Black community, talking about mental health, talking about homosexuality, I think he has just been somebody who will not shy away from those things, and I think that's just really impressive.
Yeah, it's nice to see an athlete so vulnerable. I went to his last Knicks game at the Garden a few weeks ago, and like, okay, the Knicks suck. I'm a Knicks fan. I understand that we suck. And everyone, as soon as Dwyane Wade got the ball, we were just like clapping for him. We were like, please score against us. Like, it's so nice to see. He's got a great energy about him.
Yeah. Well, thank you for all your years, Dwyane. We appreciated it.
We missed you.
If you guys are missing your long-distance best friend, well, we've got a solution. According to Bustle, there's a solution to light up your life. Uncommon Goods has created a long-distance friendship lamp that shines bright for your friend when you touch it, so they know you're thinking of them. Aw, see?
Like, that sounds good, but like, phones exist.
Right.
And I could just be like, thinking of you. Love you. I don't need to touch a fucking lamp, right?
It seems very colonial times. Like, Abigail, you're moving to the next village across the river. Take this lamp. Take this lamp and think of me.
Like,
it's like,
save our ship.
When the lamp blinks in the window, I wave to you, Abigail. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
I love the accent of colonial times.
Yeah, like, what was that?
Can we applaud? I want to applaud that.
Inside the acting studio. So they're still British. They haven't been in America for that long.
Of course, they haven't fought the Revolutionary War yet. Yeah.
So we'll dissect that in the after show.
I feel like, I mean, heads up, dark take, but I'm scared this might raise suicide rates. Like, I personally don't need a lamp to teach me that my friends don't care about me. Like, I can see myself just touching it, and it never turning me and being like, fuck, they don't care about me.
Because imagine getting ghosted by a lamp.
Yeah.
Not so just texting, you're like hitting it, nothing. It's nothing blinks back.
It's a constant reminder of your rejection. You're right.
I think that this lamp should actually be marketed towards shady people who are cheating on their significant others. Because this is low-key, and you could be like, thinking about you, really. You know, like, I think that's a better bet than, like, friends.
Smart. That's actually a better way to have a secret affair. Thank you for ruining all the marriages. Right
Anytime.
Now. So great.
I don't believe in marriage, and that's my brand.
You're also making me think like I would be an asshole with this lamp because like if a guy got clingy and he was touching it, I'd be like, man, just
unplug.
Stop.
Yeah, right. It's like texting too
Go
much.
talk to your friend.
Stop hitting the damn lamp.
Like how much
I know I'm only a
affirmation do you need?
co-host, but I'm buying this, putting it up here. So that way when you guys continue, just gonna hit it.
Oh, look,
like Darren's thinking of us.
Darren's thinking of us.
I'm here.
Unplug it and knock it over.
But on the positive side, this could be really fun, especially, I think maybe more for family, not so much friends. All of my family's in Nebraska, and I only talk to my mom once a week, but I think
mother-daughter.
Right, like, hey mom, how you doing? I love you. We're both watching Real Housewives at the same time.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Did you see Nene like yell at Cynthia? Like,
that could be our like.
Double click if Nene says something mean.
Everything we like.
All the Housewives reunions will just be them tapping, and who taps and lights up the most now will be like who wins the fight.
So is there another solution then if you guys think this lamp is a little creepy that you could like remind people that you love them other than a phone call? Or is that the only option?
Listen, I'm a fan of writing letters because I feel like people don't get mail anymore. That's not just like a bill or like a statement, like whatever. And I really like handwritten notes. I just think that they're more personal and they're really nice and you get really excited about them.
And write it in colonial voice.
Of course.
Yeah, with a quill.
Oh, absolutely with a quill. And then I'm gonna like do that wax stamp, you know, at the end. And then I'll have a pigeon carry it over to you.
Wonderful.
Or a raven.
Or a raven. Or a raven.
Raven. This
Game
Sunday.
of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
So excited. So excited for it.
Well, moving on to something we're also very excited about. Now it's time for today's guests. Author Anna Todd and stars Josephine Langford and hero fiennes-tiffin are the team behind After. The highly anticipated film is based off the popular book and worldwide phenomenon about a young woman who falls for a guy with a dark secret, and the two embark on a very rocky relationship. Take a look.
Welcome to my favorite place.
Thought that you just wanted to be friends.
I don't think we can ever be just friends.
I can't stop thinking about you.
You are stunning.
Nothing could ever change the way that I feel about you.
Just be careful.
What happened?
It has to do with Hardy.
Something's going on, but it's not what you think.
You're making a big mistake.
It's gonna break your heart.
What are you dreaming about?
Everyone, please give a warm Bill Bunch welcome to Josephine Langford, hero fiennes-tiffin, and Anna Todd. Wow, guys, we are very honored to have you here. And the film, how can I even describe it in one word? The film is exciting, thrilling,
Steamy.
hot, scary, sexy. I felt a lot of emotions all at once.
Yeah.
But for those few people who don't know anything about it, could you kind of give us a little short explanation of what this film's roughly about?
It's a coming-of-age love story, girl meets boy.
We've
That's
nailed it down.
That is down. Wow. Okay. So, and what can fans of the book expect in this film as an adaptation?
An adaptation, a different way to tell the same story. We worked really hard on it, trying to keep it, the essence of the story there for you guys. So we just hope that you guys love it as much as we do.
Right. And Josephine, hero, were you guys fans of the books before? And what was the audition process like getting involved in this film?
No, neither of us had any idea of it or the size of it, which is obviously quite strange considering every single other person in the world does.
Literally a billion people.
Yeah. So the audition process for me was, I did an audition, didn't hear back. Another one came around, did it again, didn't hear much, came back around. I think like the fourth or fifth time I did a Skype call, and then I was flown out to LA for a chemistry read, and I was like, oh, okay, they might be a little bit interested. And then, yeah, I was kind of unofficially offered the role, and a month later I flew to Atlanta and we got started.
Wow.
I auditioned for a different character, and then I had a Skype call back, and then I got a call at 5 a.m. saying, do you want to come to LA and meet for Tessa instead?
Wow, so that's because you read for a more minor character because you're protagonist of the story. So was that exciting for you to be like, wait a second, okay, I underestimated my own talent?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, yeah.
Now, Anna, I'm a directioner. To me, you are a god, literally. Like what you accomplished, I am such a fan.
Thank you.
So for those of you who don't know, but all of you know because the audience is full of fans, this started on Wattpad, and I mean, that is huge. You were just writing fan fiction. This was just something you did for fun. Can you tell us about like the journey of how over the past 5 years, like it just became this movie, this like huge thing?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the short version, or shortish version. I just started as a hobby. I was at home with my son who has special needs. My husband was in the Army, so a lot of time to read and write. And I was reading a lot on Wattpad. I only wanted to read fan fiction. When I started, just literally like black hole into Wattpad, couldn't get out. Still haven't gotten out in the best way. And I decided one day to just entertain myself. I didn't think anyone was going to read it or anything at all. And I posted a chapter, and then people just, not slowly, but it felt slowly, started reading it. And then publishing houses were interested. And then movie studios are interested, and here we are.
Amazing. And was there one moment where you realized that what you were doing was so much bigger than just fanfic on the internet?
Yeah, when I went to make a Twitter account and I couldn't because everybody took like every name possibly related to After. And as a fan, I know like role playing is like huge. So once people take their time away from not only just reading it, but like their free time, they spend like still in the life of the characters. And I remember reading this whole conversation between Tessa and Hardin on Twitter, and I was like, as characters, and I was like, oh, this is totally different than like seeing numbers on Wattpad doesn't really do much. It's cool, but it doesn't feel like actual people. But when you see people like having conversations as the characters, I was like, oh, yep, this is the thing.
Amazing. And what was it about One Direction that inspired you so much?
I honestly don't know. It just, there's something there that's like, it just makes, the music makes me happy, and their public personas at least are amazing, and it was entertaining, and I made so many friends. It was more of like the fan fiction community as opposed to like the actual band. But it was just like a cool place where I felt like I fit in a fandom, and it was fun, and I still have so many friends from it. And now I literally like made a living off of being a fan.
That's amazing. I wasted my time running a GIF blog. So not as successful. I can't have a GIF movie, unfortunately.
Still dedication, still.
But what's cool about you writing on Wattpad, which I found so interesting, is that kind of you wrote, but with the fans' involvement too, which is like never really been done before, and really kind of you're changing the game.
Thank you. Yeah, that was, to me, was the most fun part of it, was just having the interaction and knowing, like, I would literally finish a chapter and just kind of sit there like an evil genius and be like, they're gonna be so mad, or sad, or somewhat happy. It was really fun to have that immediate reaction, and then like I would literally read the comments while starting the next chapter, so then I would know exactly where the emotion is, and then keep torturing them.
Right, and Hero and Josephine, you guys play our leads, our heroes, our anti-heroes, I don't know what you want to call it. What similarities do you have to your respective characters, and what kind of glaring differences do you have?
I have a lot of similarities with a lot of characters I play. I think with Tessa, we're both prone to overthinking. Right. We're both organized. We're both neat. How are we different? Just everything else.
Just like life, like your lives are totally different. But yeah, you guys have a lot of things.
Organized is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I like Tessa. Like, I'm also someone who's just like, gone to college, like I have a plan. I got But then a boy comes around.
And there it goes.
I'd say I'm similar to my character in obviously a bunch of ways. All characters you're going to relate to in some ways, and I feel like as an actor you focus more on the differences because that's where more work is needed. But I think we're both, I don't know if realist is the right term, but we both have a very, I wouldn't say cynical, but other people might, just a realistic view of things, and you know, kind of like to say it how it is. He definitely more so, but yeah. And differences, I think I like to think of myself as quite a logical person, and he's definitely not that. He's a lot more impulsive.
Right. Well, do you like playing a bad boy? Because first time I saw you, you were young Tom Riddle in Harry Potter and Half-Blood Prince, and he is, yes, I can talk to snakes, is that normal, that line, you know? So do you like playing these kind of bad boy villains?
It's ironic that my name is Hero, and I've played a few roles that are villains, but no, I think it's just a coincidence. I like to, it's fun, of course, to play those kind of roles, but I wouldn't say I prefer them over any other role.
And Anna, what's so amazing about your involvement in this film is, unlike most authors, you were heavily involved and actually a producer on it. With casting, I'm sure you were involved as well because you have these characters in your head. So what was that like, and what were you specifically looking for these two characters?
Before I met them, it was really stressful.
Right.
The first week was fun, and then it felt like, because we just had so many auditions, and I just knew, like, literally immediately, pretty much, even on tapes, was like, no. And I started feeling like, we're never going to find them. And then Hero came first, and he was already in the, like, last kind of 3 guys. And it was pretty much instantaneous. The director and I were just like, yep, we're done. And I literally, like, well, in a bratty way, literally didn't show up to the other castings the next days. I was like, have fun. Tell me when you're going to hire Hero. I literally didn't go. Sorry to those people that I just bailed on you, but here we are. And then with Josephine, it was a different thing where she was auditioning, and we had already had someone, but we saw her and we're like, whoa, this is definitely Tessa. It has to be Tessa. how do we make this work? And then we did.
Right. And Josephine, Selma Blair plays her mother in the film, and we love Selma Blair. She's such a fantastic actress. And she recently just revealed she's battling MS. What was it like working with her as she kind of went through this journey?
I mean, she was just great. She was wonderful and professional and hilarious and talented and a bucket full of sunshine and olives is the phrase I'm using. She's great. She's just so funny.
Is she?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you see her in Legally Blonde, she's like hysterical.
Every time, that scene that is on screen right now, every time we were about to enter the room, she would scream out something like, mangoes.
Really?
And then walk in, and we're just trying to control our laughter, and she's just like into the scene.
Did you guys have a lot, I mean, of course the film gets very intense, but did you guys have a lot of comedic moments behind the scenes, like while filming?
Yeah, do you know what? They're all funny to us, but like I feel like you had to be there. Kind of
I
don't think they're actually that funny when we relay them at all. But yeah, we had a laugh. It was cool.
That's great.
Yeah. What about your fans? Like, obviously, your fans are super dedicated. They're super hyped. How has it been? Like, how has their reaction been? Is it? I feel like they're following you guys around.
It's crazy. They are so supportive.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. I was kind of warned by Anna.
Whoa. Yeah, I feel like we need to put barriers up. Like, I feel like this is a One Direction concert. I'm like, get back, I'm a security guard.
Shannon and I will jump in front of you.
No, they have been so respectful and so supportive. And yeah, Anna tried to warn us at the start, and I don't think I believed the full extent.
I did a lot.
The full
like
extent.
literally every day.
But yeah, I've seen it and I believe it now.
Well, you guys deserve it.
Thank you.
Well, guys, this was such an incredible treat. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for all of them to see this film. I loved it. It's phenomenal. You guys have seen it?
Oh, okay.
And what's the rating? A+? Amazing. Thank you, guys.
I'm literally going to see it every single Tuesday.
Oh my gosh.
So I think you guys have a hit on your hands. How about that?
I hope so.
Well, Josephine, Hero, and Anna, thank you so much for joining us. This really was so much fun. Thank you, guys. You can catch After when it hits theaters this Friday, April 12th. And thank you to Darren for co-hosting. That's all from us. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same table. Bye, everyone.